And it says we're live.
It lies. All right, let's get the initial stuff out of the way, shall we? King Harv supports this channel. So please support them. If you buy coffee, let them know you heard about it here. If you want to support the blanket fort and keep the air conditioning running, it's Texas, please do.
Or heat.
Coffee.com, yada, yada, yada. Okay? It helps keep the squirrels powering this place.
For versions of squirrels.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
No, we're not squirrely at all here, ever.
We have Courtney and Jonna in the house.
Hey, Mona Lisa.
And stuff.
Everybody, welcome. I would also like to welcome our new subscribers.
Hey, little sisters on here.
All 34 of them. And we do appreciate your subscriptions. I got asked a question in an email about whether we were going to monetize this. And my answer was very firm, no. Yeah, we're not going to play the monetized game.
No, it's
No.
monetizing gets to be a pain in the butt. And I'm just
Sadly, don't forget to like. For those of you that are old folks like me, Loretta Lynn passed away this morning
Yes.
at age 90.
we're losing a lot of good ones.
Yeah. One of the memes I saw the other day was Death playing the grab it thing. Keith Richards. Julio, damn it. Yeah. So,
I was kind of surprised that Coolio died. I didn't think he was that old.
yeah, he was in his 50s.
So am I.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely had a good run. 6 kids, 9 grandkids, a couple of great grandkids,
And a husband.
and a husband. Yeah.
That's helpful when you have kids.
Yeah.
Well, not these days, apparently it's not.
Well, no, she understood, did it the right way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Baby daddy is apparently sufficient these days, which
Yeah.
Well, for
Oh,
creating the
yes,
kids,
she did,
not for
RK.
keeping them.
She knew how to make the feminine point without being rude.
just get one thing out of the way pretty quickly. If I find out who told everybody on Facebook that Law Dog was Ian McMurtry, we're gonna have a come to Jesus meeting because I woke up this morning to 489 new friend requests. And if you're watching and you sent me a friend request, if I don't know you or we don't have several friends in common, I deleted your request. There is a Law Dog page. Go there.
Oh. And now that the mini rant is over,
Mini rant.
we have a couple things to unbox.
Okay. First off, the rubber money. If I had rubber checks, I'd be sending them to Congress. Oh, let's get this. I'm really worried about this.
I'm concerned.
Yeah. Somebody, I'm guessing Richard,
Yeah, it's Richard.
sent puck cream. Now, this could be taken one of two ways or multiple ways. I thought that puck cream was what you put on a hockey puck to make it run on the ice better. Jonna thought puck cream was cream you got from Shakespeare's Puck. Not sure which is worse. It is halal, and I'm guessing it's cheese. However, it's made with skimmed milk. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how skim milk makes cheese, but
3 ways if you're adventurous. Brennan.
oh wow. Okay, so this is a product of Bahrain and it's halal, so this is liable to be interesting.
But it's stamped with Korean text
Nope, that's Arabic.
or Arabic.
That's Arabic. If this explodes, I had a good run, folks. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, that'll get us demonetized in a heartbeat. Bad joke, bad joke. Yep. Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to pass on that. Oh, I'm going to pass on that. Thank you, but no.
What is it?
No boom today, boom tomorrow. Yeah.
Always boom tomorrow. That's an interesting look on your face.
It smells like plastic.
Like something an adventurous camel did when Daddy wasn't looking. Like a camel sock.
Yeah, that's. Jonna, would you like to smell the interesting?
No.
Not sure that's cheese.
It's available on Amazon.
I just no.
Okay. Second thing is the trifle more interesting. Certain rise of interesting.
Hot sauces of the world,
Of the world. Made in China.
which means that they probably put a tenth of an eyedropper difference in each one of them.
So enjoy these 30 hot sauces inspired by journeys across the globe. So
Yeah.
no delayed flights. They obviously don't know TSA. No luggage to drag around. Take your taste buds on a trip all over the world right on the dinner table.
Yes, they are different colors, sort of. However, we
Don't
know
look,
that the
Hamilton.
Chinese are very good at using various food colors.
Is that what you call it?
British red. Is that just ketchup with a different color?
Yes, it's British. It is ketchup with an eyedropper of.
And Bill says you might check the lead content before we eat
It's
them.
from China. It's got a high lead content. It's Chinese.
Oh, there's green sauce. What's the other one? Blood something?
Where? Tiger blood. Nope. Hot fez. Hot fez. Seriously, hot fez. This is allegedly a product of China. It just says hot fez hot sauce. So hot fez. I'm guessing it's supposed to be Moroccan or Turkish.
Hawaiian lava hot sauce.
Okay. Bourbon pepper hot sauce. That looks interesting. Budapest. Budapest makes hot sauce?
I don't know.
Mona Lisa, is Budapest famous for hot sauce? Okay, let's see here.
Dragon's breath.
Garlic del Fuego. Okay. Baja Mango, Death Valley Rattler, Fire Tusk. I'm assuming the Fire Tusk is supposed to be peri peri, but that's an odd color for a peri peri hot sauce. I noticed that the ingredients of each are not on the bottle.
Looks like it's on the back.
No, ish.
It's 0 calories. It's zero pretty much everything.
I'm guessing zero taste, 100% heat.
Yeah, probably.
The sodium is off the chart. And this is from somebody that knows hot sauce. 135 milligrams of sodium in a 5 milliliter bottle. Why don't we
Damn.
why don't we just
Mostly
lick
salt.
why don't we just lick the salt cube? Holy gods. Every one of these.
Yeah.
140 milligrams in 5. I'm definitely not gonna have to salt the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try it because the Chinese don't like us anyway,
Yeah.
and I would hate to discover that the Chinese version of Frank decided to have his vengeance and filled it full of something I don't want to know about. So we'll just save this for later.
Those might get used next year for FinCon.
What is it? It's green. Some of them are orange.
There's green, orange. There's kind of a red.
The scary one is the clear one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I
I
know
know.
now that if there's a zombie apocalypse, all I have to do that is spread that around the door and they won't have any issues. So
right.
1,000% salt, 2,000% vinegar. Pretty much.
Well, Scoville D19, no kidding. Um, for if you're going to use hot sauce for what it's meant to be used for, which is enhancing the flavor of food, it's not meant to burn your taste buds off. It's not meant to cauterize your adenoids. Hot sauce is meant to enhance the flavor of your food, and to do that, it really needs to have an acid base. Acid, it counteracts bitterness and brings a bright note to food.
Yeah,
Anybody-
it'll clean your sinuses too.
Yeah, no kidding. Anybody that's ever put lemon on fish or on chicken understands that lemon, the citric acid,
Yeah.
brightens the flavor. If you're eating collard greens properly, you're dousing them in vinegar that's had Tabasco peppers in it, and it's the acetic acid in the vinegar counteracts the bitterness. You will not believe how bitter the greens can be.
Yep.
Well, you shoot a couple of shots of vinegar in there, and it counteracts the bitterness. So your hot sauce is supposed to have a citric base, or not citric, an acid base.
Yep.
Whether acetic acid through vinegar or citrus acid through some citrus fruit, it needs to have a citric base.
Yeah, Dave, that is true. Frank's is notorious for the amount of salt they have in it.
Oh, no kidding. Frank's is a decent starter hot sauce.
Yeah,
It's a decent starter hot sauce.
yeah.
You started on Tabasco. You're warped.
I am not warped, I'll have you know. It's perfectly good. I just don't put it on ice cream. I know people that do.
I've lost my train of thought. There went the glow stick. Oonts, oonts, wah!
Texas
Okay.
pizza's okay. It's Texas pizza's a cheap copy of Tabasco, basically.
Your Louisiana hot sauces, which are basically white vinegar with salt and either cayenne peppers or Tabasco peppers, which is just another varietal of cayenne.
Yeah.
Is your classic Louisiana, and it's all heat and the acid for brightness and bitterness counteracting. Your Texas ones need to have something other than just those three ingredients. Your Louisiana is vinegar, salt, and some pepper. Your Texas is generally vinegar, garlic,
Yep.
and a lot of times 2 or more different varieties of peppers.
Yeah.
And for what folks don't understand is peppers have flavor.
Very good flavor.
Yes, and the flavors vary. A good jalapeno has a licorice and anise note to it. Good habaneros have a light fruit or floral note.
Yeah.
So it's you need to select your hot sauce for whatever you're eating.
And then there's sriracha.
I don't like sriracha. I understand that sriracha is the big thing. I'm not a big fan of sriracha. There's way too much sugar in it.
Sriracha is good to kill the taste of nut or smell of nut bomb. So for Vietnamese food, sriracha is almost a necessity.
Never operated Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Don't ever miss it.
Well,
Nut
if you've ever run across nut bomb, that has an odor all of its own
Why are there 33 people watching?
because they're bored.
Don't look at the numbers. It's okay.
Anyway, back to I just lost my train of thought again.
Not a fan of sriracha.
Not a fan of no, sriracha's got too much sugar in it. And honestly, I love salt. Salt is good. Salt is necessary. There are folks talking about Tony Chachere's.
Yeah.
I use Tony Chachere's. I've got a shaker of Tony Chachere's at the house.
Yep. So do I. I've got 3 different cans of it.
Yeah, I've got it in a salt shaker
Yeah.
because I use it instead of salt.
Yeah.
And I used to have some of Bravado Spice Company's Crimson variety. And what Tony Chachere's is, it's basically a light Creole season. What?
I'm laughing at Dawn. we know Don's dad sadly passed away a couple of years ago, but he had pretty much burnt out his taste buds.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So for
Just
him
off the heat.
to barely taste it, the rest of us were running screaming away.
And I don't mind hot sauce.
Yeah.
But Tony Shisheri, Slap Ya Mama, the Kate or the Texas Red from Bravado Spice Company. It's
Yeah.
it's basically salt, black pepper, and
Garlic salt.
yeah, some garlic salt and chili powder. And it's to me, it's better than salt. I said, I've got it in a salt shaker. I got that in Champagnes.
Yeah.
In salt shakers. Champagnes has got the same thing, adds onion powder and celery salt. And it's basically Cajun seasoning.
Yeah.
Table seasoning. And I've got a couple of salt shakers at the house.
Yep.
And I grab that before I grab the salt half the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Tony Shisheri, I actually came up with one of his cookbooks, one of his early cookbooks.
Really?
Well, you were there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
We went, I think it was supposed to be a display item because there was a display of Tony Shisheri's various seasonings, and there was an early Tony Shisheri cookbook there. So we were down at our hunt camp and came out on Saturday morning or Sunday morning and went by the little place to not be named so they don't come after my ass for their cookbook back. And the little girl was very proud of the fact she'd worked 92 days straight.
Yeah.
During deer season. So making money hand over fist. But
For her.
they were actually closed. But she said, well, if y'all are leaving Sunday, just come by and come in the back door.
Come in the back door. Follow the drag marks.
Yeah.
Because it's a meat processor, and it was deer season, so and people were dragging their deer in, so there was all these looked
Blood
like
trails.
a 1990s horror movie, all these blood trails going into this warehouse door.
So we followed blood trails in, and the little old lady in the back, who is actually the one that was making the Jaeger Schnitzel, which she did that. well.
That's the best Jaeger since I've ever had.
Yeah. She said she just pointed to the front, said up there.
We walked in, and she looks up with a butcher knife up there.
So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
go up front, and we picked up the stuff that we wanted to take back or bring back. And I saw this cookbook sitting there, and I grabbed a thing of Tony Shisheri. I said, well, what about the cookbook? She said, I'll just bring it over here. So I did, and I paid for it, and we left quickly.
Yep. Because it's Wetzel's Meat Market in Hamilton.
I wasn't going to say that.
And
Now I know they're good cookies.
yeah, they had a lot of display stuff. They had old
Yeah.
original mustard cans,
Yeah.
English mustard, the original cans.
Coleman's.
Yes, a lot of display. We pretty sure it's a display, but he got it anyway.
Yeah.
Nando's does sell their peri peri sauces. They also sell their peri peri spice. Amazon's got it, but if you've got a British Emporium in your nearest big city, you can get it there.
I
Oh,
think they're on Amazon too, aren't they?
They are on
Yeah.
Amazon.
that sucks, Alan. A little shop burned down.
Oh,
No.
Man, that's the problem with a lot of these little hole in the wall places that are outstanding is half of them don't have insurance.
no, they can't afford it. Well, that little El Jardín in Hamilton,
Yeah.
same place. El Jardín is this little hole in the wall Mexican place. Got some of the best Mexican food you've ever had. And I will guarantee you that they don't have any sort of insurance.
You're talking about Adkins Western. It's okay. I like Stubbs. But then again, I've eaten in Stubbs' restaurant when he was still alive. So
Oh, you're talking about Stubbs barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Stubbs has got fantastic barbecue sauce.
yeah, you can pick up, and that gets into the whole thing talking about barbecue sauces. The range, because North Carolina, you got the
Oh, God.
battle back there, which is all that pork crap. And most of that is vinegar based.
Yeah.
And then you come to Tennessee, especially Memphis, and you get the dry rub on ribs. And then you come to Texas and you get Texas barbecue sauces or seasonings. Head country is okay.
Head Country's is a good barbecue rum.
Yeah.
It's a good barbecue spice.
Rita actually makes an excellent
Yeah, she does.
rub.
She doesn't make it the same way twice, but
Yeah.
it tastes the same every time.
Sarah, back 40. I thought they went out of business years ago. South Carolina, you get the mustard-based sauces. Yeah, but most of the East Coast, they don't do beef brisket.
No, that's
Uh,
a Texas. That's a Texas thing.
Yeah.
Mostly it's pork.
Yeah, it's pork and sausage. And occasionally some weird stuff with ham, which I've never figured out. But yeah,
Or spam or bologna.
yeah.
The smoked bologna is something I didn't even know existed until here recently, and I was mildly horrified when I heard about it.
Yeah. Roadkill, yeah.
Ditch rolling your deer.
Yeah.
We are losing people left. We've gone from 33 to 29.
Yeah.
Woohoo, go us. For
Cell
the
phones are buffering. It doesn't when they're buffering. It doesn't show that they're watching, but they're still
Yeah.
there.
yes, to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, hey, DW.
What? What?
A barbecue story was at a TEX class. Inadvertently started an argument between Texas, North Carolina, and Missouri. Apologized for starting a religious discussion.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. To address the elephant in the room. Yes. I got stupid and posted some thoughts on the whole Nordstrom thing, which blew up. Last I checked, there's about 1,000 people out there who hate my guts because of an offhand article I threw up.
Well,
Boy,
it was right.
it's a hypothesis.
It's a hypothesis. And you blew up a bunch of people's preconceived notions.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And my God, they held on with a religious fervor.
Yeah.
Because holy crap.
But the number of engineers that have come in on your side.
Yeah, well, on both sides.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting. And the people that apparently are illiterate
Yeah.
that want to offer their opinions, I am so tired. I am not answering where's the oxygen for the combustion? Because
For fuck's sake.
if you had read the Saudi article, you would have realized I screwed up. I did. I screwed up. I got pedantic.
Yeah.
And listed several ways that a hydrate plug could wreck a pipeline. And I would have thought that people would have understood from the example of taking the butane torch that some of these don't apply underwater because let's face it, you're not sending Ivan 90 meters down with a butane torch. But I got pedantic and listed several ways a hydrate plug could wreck a pipeline. Even though I had the way I thought, that's with the pressure differential, firing it down a pipe at 180 miles an hour, everybody decided to lock on to the explosion part. And despite everybody, and God bless a whole bunch of commentators who are saying, no, he's talking, a whole bunch of illiterate morons. And where's the oxygen 90 meters down? There isn't any. There doesn't have to be any. And also, if you don't understand basic physics, please don't offer an opinion. Because the number of people can't move the hydrate plug. There was no gas flow. No, but there was pressure. And if you have 3,600 psi in a pipe, which apparently they did, and you have a plug formed somewhere in the middle of it, and somebody under the influence of the vodka fairy or something else happens, drops the pressure on one side, you've got 8 psi on one side and 3,600 psi on the other side. It's going to fire the plug down the barrel. You don't have to have gas flow. And why people can't understand this is really
Pretend something else. Don't make-
okay.
We've already heard this rant.
I just it's and there are so many other things Like I said, and I will continue to say, and people apparently aren't listening, or
No.
they just they read down and they get to the part where I say I'm not discounting sabotage. It's just number 2 on the list of things going to happen. Apparently, when they get to that part, they go all dyslexic, and then they can read again once they get past that part. I'm not discounting sabotage. There are enough sodding idiots in that area that somebody could very well have dropped a pack of gel ignite off the side of a boat. I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying that when it comes to Russian maintenance, and we already know they screwed up. We already know they screwed up because, as a whole bunch of people have told me, as a reason why it couldn't have happened, that's the latest one, is, well, nobody charges initial charge on a pipeline with gas. They always do nitrogen for testing. Well, apparently the Russians don't on Nord Stream 2. I've got multiple sources, which I'm tired of quoting, which said, yep, they charged it with 300 million cubic meters of natural gas. Yes, that's stupid. Yes, nobody else does it. Apparently the Russians did.
Yeah.
Which underlines my thing about
Stuff.
poor maintenance. Russia, vodka-inspired good idea ferry. The fact that they went up, sabotage is a possibility, not the first one in my mind. Also, apparently, and I knew that there were a crap ton of anti-ship mines in the Baltic.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there were that many. Apparently, it was the most heavily mined sea in at least 2 wars.
Yep.
So, and I'll guarantee you, the Europeans haven't cleared all the mines. So, it could have been a drifting mine. Could have been Russian sabotage. The area is also seismically active. And,
I like that one. The good idea ferry is 6'7" unshaved Russian named Ivan.
No kidding.
Yeah.
There, yes.
The thing to remember, folks, is that as Bill has alluded to, everybody's an expert on the internet.
No kidding.
Oh,
And I don't claim to be an expert. I
Yeah.
grew up the oil field. That's it. If somebody's willing, if somebody shows me, I'm okay. I was wrong.
Yeah.
If the Swedes bring up a section of pipe that's got the U.S. Army was here, a
Yeah.
dick, and
Yeah.
C4 residue, okay, it was sabotage.
the real
Moving on.
key is going to be 2 things. Two things. I'm out of frame over here. One is it an innie or an outie? Second is, what's the residue?
Yeah, look,
And third is, what is the sound? That's the piece that I want to get to.
that's all forensics.
Yeah.
And okay, everybody, a whole bunch of folks are going with if the edges of the blast are pointing out, that would be something inside coming out, like a hydrate plug. If I were doing it, and this is just me, and I didn't do it, I have alibis. I was nowhere near the Baltic.
There are no pictures. You can't prove a damn thing.
I would use a shape charge to blow a 2-centimeter hole into the pipe, and then 3,600 psi would rupture a pipe and blow everything out. So the fact that the edges are out, not necessarily.
No, but you got to look at where the area is and who the players are.
Right. Well,
And whether it's an innie or an outie is pretty much one of the major deciding points. Yeah. Girl hole or boy hole. Yeah. Actually, Richard, you'd be surprised at how much residue there still is, because if it is an explosive, it will be embedded in the metal itself.
yeah, there will be if somebody plonked a whole bunch of angry putty on that pipe and ignited it, there will be traces of nitrites blown into the metal.
Yep.
Not only did I grow up in the oil field, I had a whole bunch of semi-sober oil engineers that were my uncles and babysitters.
Yeah. Yes, different. Farm girl is assuming it has a gender.
But if they're smart, they'll and if they're smart, the Swedes have a dive ship on scene right now. So if they're smart, they'll cut the section pipe that's blown, bring it up, and analyze the crap out of it, and then we'll know. And if it turns out that somebody blew it up, I was wrong. I had a bad hypothesis. I don't care.
Now, you put something out that made sense at the time. And that's based on your experience and your reading. And that's all any of us have. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. They all stink. So,
Some folks off the internet stinks more than others.
Yep.
I'm serious. I had a couple of folks that were watching the first Insta Pundit, and I kept getting texts. Don't read the comments. Do not go to the comment. Oh, they hate your guts. Don't go to the comments.
I was one of those.
Yeah.
Because I was reading the comments going, oh, shit, no. He does not need to see this.
I avoid the comments in Insta Pundit. They're mean.
Yeah. Apparently, they're vicious little bastards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uneducated, vicious little bastards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that back. They are internet PhDs for what that's worth.
And art historians and critics
yes.
and literary critics.
And explosive engineers. Yes, if the pipe was properly made, and bear in mind, Nordstrom 2. I don't know about Nordstrom 1 because actually getting any details on that's damn hard.
Yeah.
Nordstrom 2, by contract, the Russian firm of OMK made 1 out of every 4, 25% of the pipeline. So 1 out of every 4 sections was made in Russia.
Yeah.
Also, Russian pipe laying vessels, at least 2 of them, laid a significant part of Nordstrom 2.
Yeah.
Nord Stream 2. Nordstrom. I've been hanging around reading it too long. Yes, the pipeline should be welded metal encased in concrete. It should be. Whether or not it was,
Yeah. PhD, push your dummy. Yes.
Piled higher and deeper.
piled higher.
Piled higher and deeper. Tapscott. Yeah.
Who the hell is Tapscott? When I care.
No, you
Hot
don't.
air,
Okay.
you don't. Hot air.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Apparently, John surprised wasn't buried under the ground.
They don't bury anything in the ocean.
They do trench some, but apparently trying to trench the Baltic is fun.
Well, I got to disagree with you here because that is something I know something about.
Okay.
And yeah, they technically try to trench. But when you're trying to trench 15,000 feet down, guess what, folks? There ain't no way in hell you're hitting a trench, even if you could dig one.
This is max 360 feet down.
Yeah.
So
Most of the stuff is laid across the seafloor as is
Oh, yeah.
from point to point.
also,
And the Russians and other organizations were notorious. That's how they inadvertently damaged cables. Those are all on the undersea charts for safety reasons. So they would come along and purposely drag an anchor. Oh, it slipped out of the blocks. Chunk, chunk, chunk. And there goes the undersea cable. Or there goes a pipeline. Like what we saw off LA 6 months ago, 8 months ago now, where the pipeline from out by Catalina got ruptured. That was a surface ship parked out there where they shouldn't have been parked that drug an anchor line. And they busted the pipe. Now,
that section of Baltic is very active.
and when you go back and look at the routings through there is a butt ton of traffic.
Yeah.
And
Holy crap, there's a lot of
a
traffic.
lot of ships, especially ships that have questionable power and other issues, of which there are a lot. Y'all don't see most of the ship traffic. I'll just state that from the get-go. So you do not understand how bad shape some of these ships are that are running around the world carrying cargo and other things, including tankers. And a lot of them will do what's called hanging an anchor. So the anchor will not be all the way up in the hawse hole. They'll actually be hanging down almost to the water line. And the only thing that's holding them up is basically a chock. Because if that ship loses power or they have an engineering issue or anything else, the first thing they're going to do is knock that chock off
Sledgehammer the chalk.
sledgehammer the chalk, drop the anchor, and hope to hell it hits the bottom and they can hold position while they try to unscrew whatever went wrong on the boat.
Oh, and that's something else.
Okay.
Oh, keep going. Keep going.
So, yeah, you see pictures on the news of these beautiful cruise ships, yada, 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 yada. The reality is they're about 1 in 100. And none of those cruise ships are licensed in the United States because they cannot meet ABS standards in the United States for safety. Also, another little bit on cruise ships. You know, they always talk about, oh, we have 2,000 people to service the passengers. Yeah. You know how many people you have to run the boat? 50
Oh,
on the average. 50 crew to run an entire 1,000-foot cruise ship.
it's better than I thought it was going to be.
And, oh, by the way, they don't all speak the same language.
That's for true.
Yeah.
That's why I will not take a cruise.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a cruise on a bet. I wouldn't take a
Uh.
cruise if you gave me the president's stateroom on them damn things.
Used to when the Atomic Nerds had a blog. One of the funniest posts they ever had was their experience on an Alaska cruise. Holy crap! Anyway, I'd like to a quick shout out to the internet geniuses who are letting me know that there aren't any bends in the Nord Stream pipes.
What?
Okay, guys,
Who the fuck
Um,
said that?
several of them. There's no bends. It's not going to hit a curve. There's no bends in the Nord Stream pipes. Yeah, Nord Stream.
for
Okay.
fuck's sake.
Thermal expansion and contraction. Okay, it is a thing. Look it up. Oh, and then go slap your high school physics teacher for missing something. Under heat and cold, metals, objects, materials will expand and contract. If you lay a straight line and it gets cold and they contract, guys, you know what I'm talking about. You will rupture the bloody pipe. Yes,
It was a cold day in the studio for that sculpture. So
yes, there are bends to allow for thermal contraction and expansion. Numb nuts.
Uh,
so your rant has us up to 37. So keep ranting.
Also, dips in the seabed. There are dips, there are shelves that you got your pipe. Trust me, when it goes over a pipe, it doesn't just keep going off into space. It drops.
Which is an immediate weak point on one side and a strong point on the other.
And if you have a plug weighing 800 pounds doing 150 miles an hour and it hits that bend,
Sounds like a personal problem.
seek medical attention if
Yeah,
it happens
and-
for more than 4 hours.
Greg is basically backing up what I'm saying because he worked for Port of New Orleans Harbor Police and he's seen what those ships look like. I have seen them DIW in the middle of the ocean. I've seen them on fire. These are just the cruise ships.
Has anybody seen aerial photos of the Alaska pipeline? It zigzags.
Yeah.
For thermal expansion and contraction. You think it's any different at the bottom of the bloody ocean?
It's cold down there.
It's
Shrinkage is a thing down there.
Yeah, I should not have gone there. My bad. My bad, guys.
Richard, actually, the U.S. sub that hit the undersea seamount, it was not unsurveyed. They had the wrong chart. They did not have the correct chart on board that actually showed that seamount.
Freezing.
Huh?
Nothing. Just sit over here quietly.
For those of you who read my blog, I put up a thing about introducing myself, and I mentioned the live from Blanket Fort chat and how it was kind of squirrely. You're getting to see us at our prime.
Yeah.
You might want to subscribe somewhere else because it doesn't get any better than this,
Yeah.
guys.
No, this is fantastic.
It doesn't get any better
Yeah,
than this.
Greg, that is also true. There have been ships that have welded stowaways into compartments.
We hit the gutter and just keep burrowing. I swear to
Yeah.
God, we do. And people read my blog and, oh, he never cusses. Well, actually, I do. I swear pretty vehemently in British. He doesn't swear. He's such a nice guy. And then they get here. It's like, oh my God, who the hell is that madman?
Ben, there are, at least now for all U.S. and friendly nation explosives, there are markers.
Taggants.
Yeah, they're called taggets. They're
And
put
they're
into
a pain in the
all,
ass.
huh?
They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that are put into all of the explosives.
Yeah, and the early days of taggants, I'm not so sure it's not happening now. When they were mixing the taggants into the explosives, they created a couple of situations that, well, one might have wanted to not have.
Yeah.
There's nothing like changing the sensitivity level of your kaboomite by adding stupidity to it. We have stuff you can't hit with a hammer. Let's put these little ceramic tags in there, and now when you hit a hammer, it goes boom.
Yeah.
This was a good idea. Why?
Yeah, they the taggets do pollute because they don't go away. That is
Well,
true.
They can't. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's your, and it's simply there to catch people red-handed.
Yeah.
Because
It does allow you to track the explosive from manufacturer
Yep.
all the way through, because I just thought I don't need to say that.
well,
Never
I'm,
mind.
I'm here to tell you, yes, for commercial stuff, it's full of taggants, and for general U.S. military use, it's full of taggants, and it's a pain in the ass. If you are a hairy-knuckled thug with the blessing U.S. government, you can get stuff with no taggants. So you've got to rely on the chemical composition of the stuff you leave behind.
And Semitex, you can actually tell where it was manufactured by the
Taggants.
leftovers in it,
Yeah, no kidding.
because certain manufacturers do things slightly different with the compound.
John, pollution fact means they'll start showing explosions where they weren't actually used. You look for the ones driven into the material.
Yeah.
Stuff that's going by on the current is not going to be driven into the surface of whatever went kabang.
Or you can break out TM31-210.
Taggants. Point. Boy, the comment section is crispy today.
If Semitex premature, do you get a canceled check? Yes.
This day, the smell of Semtex just.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh, God, you remember, hell, it was back in 2013, 2014, I think, when they brought all the Texas reserves home and then they sent them back over out of Dallas, and TSA was going batshit.
Because of the nitrites on their boots.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh,
Y'all
always-
need to stop reminding me how many people are watching, because it's making me really nervous. My squirrels are not handling this well.
Yeah. So, they are literally freaking out at DFW over all these people in uniform coming
Showing
in
up hot.
and they're hot.
Yeah, showing up hot for C4 and Semtex.
Yeah.
No.
And they all have weapons. But they just came back from battlefield. They have been in combat. Yes, their shoes are covered with this shit. Let them go.
One of my fondest memories will be a flight attendant. Stewardess.
You're not old enough for a stewardess.
Oh, I remember stewardesses. There's a stewardess announcing, I can't believe I have to say this, but please stow your assault rifles in the overhead compartment.
I was on an airplane where that happened. Plastic grocery sack of dynamite.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, dynamite is simply nitroglycerin.
Yeah.
With
Sawdust.
Fuller's Earth. It's a variety of Fuller's Earth.
And
Kiegselger or
Yeah.
skills. It can be sawdust, but if you're getting the good stuff, it's got a variety of Fuller's Earth in it. It's
Yeah.
a stabilizing agent. The thing is, it's in suspension. The stabilizer, whether it be sawdust or I can't pronounce. It's a Nordic word, Kiegselger, something like that. Fuller's Earth. Whether it's either one, it's in suspension. It's not actually locked into the chemical formula. So if you don't rotate your dynamite on a regular basis, all the stabilizing agent,
Diatomaous earth. That's it. Thanks, Jesse.
all of the stabilizing agent sinks to the bottom.
Yep.
And you have a very stable bottom and a crap ton of nitroglycerin up top. Also, dynamite's generally wrapped in some form of paper or cardboard. So once you've got all this nitroglycerin at the top and all the safe stuff at the bottom where it doesn't belong, the nitroglycerin starts sweating out through the sides.
Yeah.
That is all sorts of fun.
Yeah. And do not touch it. You will have the headache of all headaches.
Oh, no
Yes.
kidding.
Think about taking a nitroglycerin pill
Same thing.
through your fingers at about 50, 100 times the toxicity of the pill. The other thing that's interesting, my best friend who passed away a couple of years ago was an EOD expert. And he was the lead bomb tech. And this was over outside of Texarkana. The family farm was being sold because the mother and dad had finally passed away in their late 80s. And the son was out in the barn and found 2 boxes and opened them. And there were these funny long red sticks in there that were wet.
First he said it, then he did it.
Yeah. So Bill got called along with the fire department, ATF, and a number of other people, and took one look and went, "Oh, I'll be right back." Went and got his bomb suit on. They backed the bomb truck up with the trailer, and he managed to get both cases into the bomb trailer without a problem.
Did you
Took
buy
him-
a lottery ticket?
Took him about a half hour.
No kidding.
And the deputy went to pull off with the bomb truck and trailer and bounced off the curb.
Oh,
Mm,
Boom. The trailer
stress tested the shocks on that one, didn't he?
bounced up, bent the tow hook, and ended up in the bed of the pickup truck. And Bill went, and that's why I wasn't driving.
I'm here to tell you, if you really, well, if you're me and you're cantankerous and maybe a bit grouchy, before you fly to, say, Chattanooga, you can go to the local indoor range and walk around behind the firing line in the shoes and jeans that you're going to wear on a plane, just so you can watch Fido freak out.
Yeah.
okay, so I was off in Salt Lake City with 2 of the most paranoid people I know, my first ex-husband and Deej. And our lovely friend Brian took us to the airport and threw our luggage in the back of his car with all of his used brass, where they rolled around in it. And then we get up to TSA to get through there, and all of their little alarms were going off. It was like, thank you, Brian, so very much for that little joke. I have to watch Eric and Deej lose their goddamn minds. Thank you very much.
When I was
Oh, that'd
working,
be
when
woozies.
Chris is on here somewhere. Chris and I were working the fire ambulance service in other tiny town Texas. We had a cardiac event, and we wound up doing CPR from way the hell out of town into the local hospital bait and tire saloon. And we didn't know that Mama, when Daddy started having cardiac issues, used the entire damn tube of nitro on his chest. I thought he was diaphoretic, cold, clammy sweats, diaphoretic, and that's why I was slipping off his chest. We got to the ER, and we both had to sit out in the waiting room with the worst headache I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah. The talking about range bags. I made that mistake going into Australia because I got through security with no comment, nothing lit off. And I went, damn, that's interesting. And one of the customs agents heard me.
Oh, damn it.
And he said, what do you mean it's interesting? And I said, well, that's normally my range bag. Damn it. That was good for an hour.
Oh, life tip, life hack, I believe the kids say these days.
Yeah.
If you are a gun person or you play at any time with the happy spaghetti or angry putty,
Yeah.
have a separate travel bag.
Yes.
You have a range bag or a happy fun spaghetti bag that never travels with you.
Yeah.
Our friend Kelly had an issue.
Twice.
Point. That's a good point. Where he uses his range bag as a travel bag and he left stuff in it.
Yeah.
Don't. I do not. Well, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I do not want to wind up with a coil shock tube showing up on the X-ray. Yeah, I get grouchy enough. I do. I get grouchy when I'm at TSA because they annoy me. Yeah, I guess that because I'm pretty sure I'm on lists. Hey Frank, how you doing? How's the liver, old sod?
Yeah.
Pretty sure the TSA has me on a list. Screw with this guy. He pisses us off.
Yeah.
And I don't need to give him more reasons to credit card swipe. Declined. Declined.
Yeah, DW, that's exactly right. Never go through anything Port of New York or New Jersey, especially EWR.
I don't have anything. I got mugged the last time I was at airport in New York. I think it's still called LaGuardia. I got mugged. I got mugged in a friggin' parking garage. You think I'm...
Yeah, the best one / worst one for New York that I've heard was back in the day. I used to shoot IDPA quite a bit, and they had an international IDPA competition here in the U.S. And one of Norway's top shooters came over.
Oh yeah,
to shoot the match.
And get all his crap confiscated.
And on the way home, the airplane broke, so they landed in New York City at LaGuardia, and made them come pick their bags up.
Oh.
And he was immediately arrested with his match pistols and his ammunition. 2 years later, it finally bubbled up to an international incident point where the Norwegian government basically told the U.S. government, if you do not give this man his possessions back and drop the stupid ass charges,
dumbass charges,
we are going to file a complaint, and we will take what was the term?
Punitive actions.
Punitive actions was not the term, but it's close enough.
Ooh, State Department
Against the United States for this. So they mysteriously found his guns, but they never found the ammunition.
That's because it was all downrange.
Yeah, and the guns were absolutely filthy.
Filthy, and had the rifling shot out, didn't
Yeah.
they? Friggin' morons.
And this was after it took 2 months for him to get out of jail in New York. And then they tried to take his passport away so he couldn't go home. Yeah.
You'll notice I'm trying to be, I'm really trying to A, not let the accent come out, and B, not swear. I think I've managed not to swear because I'm trying to be good for the first time viewers.
Kind of, sort of, but who really gives a fuck?
I was gonna say, why
That's
the fuck
him,
would you
not
behave
me.
that way?
That's
I'm a
her,
sailor.
not me.
Okay.
Your turn.
They said it beautifully.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I
I'm-
would notice it.
Jonna and Courtney had
I'm trying to be nice.
came to our American Legion post last night
That was fun.
because Jonna got a little attaboy from us.
I took pictures.
Ah, good.
Oh, you did.
I did.
Outstanding. We have pictographical.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they got to see the interactions between grumpy old military people.
Well, like we don't know that already. Every Tuesday and Thursday.
In all his glory. No, do not come to see me in all my glory. No such thing. 41 to
Somebody's
30.
reporting the channel,
40
probably.
Yeah, 41 to 39. Frank had to log off because his liver just gave up.
Yeah. Waiting for Fred to show up.
Yeah. He's called Fred in a panic and he's tagged out. So I am actually trying.
Oh,
I don't know that
David,
we've
you
ever-
got to be shitting me.
Oh,
Colt Diamondback that the NYPD mysteriously couldn't find.
they do that a lot.
Amazing.
They do that a lot. LAPD's bad about that one too. They
Yeah.
do that a lot.
Yeah, Frank's in the shower sobbing. Probably.
Hey, got it in early. Got it in early.
Yeah.
They just left on.
He's used to that by now.
Have we ever
He's
had?
writing a very terse email to his boss?
Yeah.
Please transfer me.
These people are crazy.
Yeah. Frank needed some nitro.
It's just out of curiosity, and I'm sure somebody will tell me because they love to do that to me. Have we ever had 40 people watching before?
No,
No,
nope.
Fuck.
we do appreciate it, folks.
We
Really,
need friends.
really and truly.
And
Frank.
if you want to support the blanket fort,
Yeah, remember, if you want to support the blanket fort, because this, if you send money here, it pays for
The internet.
the fiber internet that keeps us online.
Yeah, because otherwise we're back to my shitty ass fiber at the house, which for those of you that have been around since this started, pretty much sucked.
Spellcheck hates the name Ian. No, Spellcheck hates hurricanes.
Yeah.
It's like Rod posted, Ian has passed, and we all panicked.
Speaking of the lab animals, Ian has passed, and I got, oh shit, I died. Now, wait a minute, what the? I serious a heart attack. I thought, did I die? And I went, wait a minute.
we were very concerned when you contained sharks.
Yeah,
Uh,
I did contain sharks. I got to bite people.
yeah, David, that's probably true. It probably was gone before. I doubt that it even made it through the night.
Can I show the
Somebody-
link again?
Somebody saw that and it went away. ko-fi.com.
That's calm, not lom.
Yeah,
It's really hard for me to write legibly.
the blanket fort. We've noticed.
It's kofi.com, not kofi.lom.
That's pretty legible for me. I mean, I really should have been a doctor. I'm good with sharp things, but I mean, writing is not my forte.
They're
Uh,
doing it again. Y'all just love winding me up, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you have no idea how. One, I've decided I'm not going to fidget today, and that's
which is
re-
part of why he's wound up tighter than
yeah. I'm not going to fidget. I'm not going to.
Lom goes to the blanket fort.
We're not doing a blanket fort anthology.
No,
I'm just going to get that out there right now.
But we do have to come up with a
Kama Lama.
No, that's Jim's problem because he's the one with the comma issue.
yeah, I just put them at the end, let the editor put them wherever the hell they want
Yeah.
them. Oh, speaking of which, I would like to thank those that have read the little short story that did not make the anthology. I do appreciate the good comments on that. And yes, there's a reason it's a dog on the cover and not a genre correct cover because the dog plays a part in the story. Dogs, plural, as in 3.
Oh, speaking of something kind of close to my heart, I did a post on my blog now that I've got some newfound popularity. I friggin' hate that I had to say that. Now that I've popped up some newfound, very short-lived popularity. Something near to my heart is Cedar Sanderson's Can't Go Home.
Yes.
Jim and I both have stories on that. It's an anthology about PTSD, and I realize there's plenty of those out there, but this one involves hope. So if you know somebody with PTSD or somebody that has somebody with PTSD, would you consider sending them a link to that book? Or we tried to show the hell happened.
All right, I screwed up again. We fix
It jumped at me, and I don't know why.
it.
Anyway, now that I can't see myself, I'm really geeking out. Thank you, Jim. Whoa, too
I will
far,
add it
too far,
to
too
the
far.
North Texas post where I have you guys. I'll put a link to it there.
Yeah.
So,
Can't go home again. Consider sending it to those so they can understand. Yeah,
I posted
David
it in
does
the-
too. I'm here to tell you when I wrote mine, it was late. I was the last story turned in. And Cedar can tell you not only was it late, it was way past the deadline. And I sat up here and pounded it out. And as soon as it was done, I didn't edit it. I didn't go over it. I just sent it to Cedar as is. And I haven't been able to read it since. So I'm kind of not exactly proud of that one, but it was an interesting story to write.
Yeah, you did good with it. So anyway, folks,
That close up on the button of your shirt is really geeking me out.
oh, hush.
It looks fine on.
All right. There.
Seriously. He just zoomed it on my face, and oh, when
When I screw things up, I tend to do a good job of it.
you go out to your mailbox, and there's a methamphetamine snake loaded with explosives. It wasn't me.
Now, what y'all are seeing is not changing. I screwed something up on my end trying to type in the address for the blanket fort.
And blew up. The picture we see of what y'all see got blown up like 400%. Seriously, the buttons on Jim's shirt are the size of nickels, and my face is way too close.
And we've wasted another hour of your time
Whoa.
in more ways than one. Dr. Tongue's 3D House of Pancakes close up. Yeah. We do appreciate it, folks. And he needs a shave, yes.
I'm growing my winter pelt.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short one this year. I'm not going for the full hippie,
Yeah, by February, you might have enough to actually call it a beard.
right? I've got a 6mm guard on my clippers and it's stayed at between 5 and 6 millimeters. It's going to be heavy scruff.
Oh. All right, folks. Y'all take care. And
Oh, speaking of Thursday,
yes,
Jim won't be here on Thursday. It'll be me and Rita and Courtney and Jonna, and
For a while.
for a while. And we'll probably be on the North Texas Troublemaker YouTube channel, not this one.
Yeah.
All right.
since I can't figure out how to sign in on mine for some unknown reason.
Right. So Thursday, 3:00, no Jim and North Texas Troublemaker YouTube site. Okay.
And if I remember, I'll put up that on Facebook Thursday before I leave. So y'all take care. Have a good week. And myself and the other reprobates should be back next Tuesday.
Y'all be
take
safe.
care. Remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. Bye.
I'm not sure that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it is.
You sure?
Estrogen overload. Yeah, right. Like not this girl.
There it is. There it is.
There it is.
Nope. You got to take it out of edit. For those of you still watching, we were having a good time. Cancel.
Ah, there it is.
Scroll down. Go that way. There we go. Ha!
There we go.
Bye, guys.